That is incredibly peaceful music. Enough with the peaceful stuff. Let's see some violence, but in our favorite video game. It is the co-main event of the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts number 88. The winner gets $100, the loser will get 25. What are you guys voting for? It's very, very even. I guess that means you've done a good job. Let's get into it.
Let's get it on. Round 1, fight.
Currently a small lead for this man. 88,000 channel points on the line for the Italian Terran player, the younger brother of Reynor, who got a couple of very big wins recently, including a 2-0 victory over Shin that even deserved a Reddit thread. This is BabyMarine. Is that soundbite from Han? Yes, it is, matey. I've got a couple of Han soundbites. I used to have a few more, but I ran out of space. I have an Elgato Stream Deck, and I have X amount of buttons on the beginning. I mean, 2, 4, 6, 8 times 4, 32 buttons. But obviously, a couple of the buttons lead into secondary maps. You can make maps, but I've got a few. I've lost a couple over time. I love Han, even if I haven't played it in forever. Top right side, this man was so freaking good last Monday night in the Monday Night Weekly. A top 6 finish. Unfortunately, he didn't get anything for that, but that was amazing and that did deserve and justify this invite more than anything I've seen in a while. Another Russian Protoss player who's also been around for a while. It is MindelVK. Top 6 in the weekly is mega impressive. 1T in Romiti. His older brother is currently in Korea. I'm sure that some of you guys miss Reynor and wonder what Reynor has been up to. Reynor left Italy in like the 3rd or 4th week of February, and he's currently enjoying his time over in Korea. What is he doing in Korea? He's just chilling, having some fun, playing some Starcraft, playing some League, probably visiting the occasional late night club for a little bit of entertainment and relaxations. Reynor is chilling, and BabyMarine is putting in hours in the lab. Eating healthy and exercising. I mean, Reynor, to be fair, does have his moments where he does really live healthy for a while, and he goes to the gym and it shows. I don't know how healthy he currently is over in Korea, but I hope our youngster is happy. Reynor obviously knows that there is going to be a moment where it's time for him to get really serious again, but that's not right now. At this point, it doesn't make much sense for Reynor to go all out and practice crazy amounts. Reynor is waiting for the big stuff. BabyMarine, he's just trying to get better, so he's still playing a lot. Are casinos allowed in Korea? Actually, yes, Maxim. Reynor is not a casino guy, though, by the way. I have dragged... Ooh, this wall-off, by the way, doesn't work at all. I have dragged Reynor into a casino or two in his life, but Reynor is not a casino guy at all. He doesn't enjoy it. He doesn't like the vibes. He's never really been into a place that I think that he enjoyed. But there are some really cool casinos in Korea. One of the casinos that I used to go to a long time ago is called 7 Luck. It's near the Coex Mall in Seoul. Then there is also the Walker Hill Casino. That's also a very cool one. Both have good poker rooms, at least back then. I don't know how it currently is. But the funny thing about these casinos in Korea is that it's not allowed as a Korean citizen to go there. So those casinos truly and only exist for the foreigners. So a lot of Chinese businessmen go, obviously people from Europe and America go. If you're Korean and you have a Korean passport, you cannot enter. But if you're a foreigner in Korea, you can. And they're very nice fancy places. And I've always enjoyed playing poker in Korea. And honestly, playing poker with a bunch of Chinese businessmen, it's pretty fun. They're often not very good. But Reynor is not a Korea guy. Yeah, Seoul is an incredibly international city, so it's never been quiet or empty when I went. There were always people there. I used to go very often with Todd. Well, it's very unique. Like, in the Netherlands, I couldn't imagine that being a thing. Where they open a casino and they're like, it's not allowed to go in as a Dutch person, but if you're a foreigner, you're allowed to go in. Like, that wouldn't work at all. But in Seoul, it does work. Seoul is massive. Seoul is so big, it could be a country. Well, Bully, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, mate. But I can tell you that our favorite pro gamers have never lived by that rule. I've never heard of that. I didn't know that was a thing. But I can guarantee you that I know a lot of GSL champions that have never lived by that rule. As MindelVK flies his oracle over the Marines, That is incredibly bad news for our Russian Protoss. It's a with a one shot as well. So overall, BabyMarine getting a couple of little victories here. Does need to be careful. He uses the side blocker, I want to say to his advantage, but there's just so much Protoss here that Mindel does not care. In the main base, we have not one but 2 landed Vikings. What is this? A thermal video? The Penguin brother. Oh, Vikings so good against workers. Vikings are so good. Obviously, 3 Stalkers will take care of it. BabyMarine gets... Oh, he has no bunker. He has no bunker in the natural. Ay, caramba. No bunker in the natural. I know it was a Stargate opening and all, but after Stargates, very often a bunch of Blinky boys do make it to the other side of the map, and MindelVK is flying here in game 1. Because sure, BabyMarine got some damage done, guys, but no bunker in the natural is so painful. That is just incredibly painful. This orbital is in danger. We're gonna have to repair the orbital. Oh my god, the tank moves forward. Stalkers blink on top of it immediately. And MindelVK is relentless. And after 6 minutes and 8 seconds, he very casually takes the 1-0 lead. BabyMarine may be overestimating the power a little bit of a couple of Marines in a Cyclone. Yes, there are side blockers that make it hard for Stalkers to go through. But Mindel just called the bluff and says, you know what? I'm here with a sentry, or at least a couple of adepts and a whole bunch of Stalkers. I think I can go through a side blocker. I can eat a couple of Marine shots to the face. You can lock on. I don't care. I've got enough. And prediction, please. I mean, at this point, it's already 1-0. So we're going to leave that prediction open. Guys, a 1-0 lead has never been a determining factor in the best of 5. It's a good game for Mindo. It's a solid start, especially after the Oracle didn't even get a whole lot done. But Stalkers are deadly. BabyMarine is going to have to clean it up a little bit. Just because Mindel takes the 1-0 lead doesn't mean that it's all over. So far, every single best of 5 we had today, after 2 games, I could say my favorite words on the Friday night, and that is that we're all tied up. And hopefully, I can say those same words in 15 minutes from now after a great TVP. Both of the players who lost tonight won the first game. Yeah, Boanan took the 1-0 lead, and last series, Moja took the 1-0 lead with the helmets, exactly. I mean, eventually you would say that the guy who takes the 1-0 lead should win, right? So at this point, I guess Mindo is going to win, but can't happen 3 times in a row now, can it?
Round 2, fight!
Bottom left side of Leyline is taking the 1-0 lead quite convincingly. Our Russian Protoss, one of the many great Russian Protoss players out there. It's not Shameless, it's not Strange, it's not a Russian art, it's MindelVK. We haven't seen Ashbringer in a while. I do still get some DMs from the other Russian Protoss, Ashbringer, who played a lot in the Big Brain Bouts in the beginning. And as much as I love to invite these guys, I often tell them, like, need to see some activity. I feel that the Big Brain Bouts is an incredibly generous event for players to participate in. You get guaranteed prize money even if you lose. Even if you have the worst performance ever where you don't kill a unit, you still get the show-up money for whatever series you're playing. But to get invited over and over again, you're going to have to sign up for some other online tournaments. And you can say that you don't like them. That's fine and all, but that's not how it works, right? Want to try to reward the guys that really do put in the hours and put in the effort on trying to make sure that Starcraft 2 competitive scene stays alive. Top right side of Leyline's down 0-1. The younger brother of a Basilisk member. This is BabyMarine, the Italian Terran player. Should be 19 right now, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you to Gwell for the 33 months, mate. Hey, guys, it's almost time. We are 1 week away from it is time. I know, they're all telling us that Red Bull and Max ain't looking good and they ain't winning this year, but I'm not buying it, baby. I think in 9 days from now, I'm sitting here in my living room, crack open a cold brewski, and we're off to another great start. For Yuki, of course. I'm a Yuki fan, guys. I also like Max, but I'm mostly a Yuki fan. Thank you, mate, for the 33 months. And Alexis Lionel with the 37 months saying congrats on the promotion. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're doing a shoey. If Oscar wins the first race of the year, I think that'd be hype too. As long as it's not just another Lando win and the McLaren looks godly. If it's a Ferrari win, I think it's exciting. If Alonso wins, I think it'd be mega. If Max wins, I'd be happy. I just don't want to see Lando win. Anything but a Lando win. I love F1. It's the fun thing. One of the other Basilisk employees that you guys are not that familiar with, but he does a lot of great work behind the scenes. He makes sure that everybody gets paid, and he also cuts up all the VODs for the YouTube channel. I don't know if I should say his name because I don't know if he likes it or not, but he's actually a very big F1 fan too. So we often, after the Big Brain Bouts, talk a little bit about F1 whenever the season is going on. And I know that he's excited. He's a very big Lewis Hamilton fan. So in the past, he supported Mercedes, and now he's excited to see how Lewis is going to do with Ferrari. Carlos somehow gets it done. I have nothing against Carlos Sainz, mate, and I hope that the Williams is good. Because I also really like Alex Albon. I think Albon has always been a very cool, fair, honest driver, and it's a likable guy. So if Williams turns out to be good this year, I would be a happy F1 fan, mate. The Reapers hop into the main base, get a couple shots off on the pylon, but the pylon stays alive. BabyMarine, obviously, guys, if you open up triple Reaper double heli and you're looking for some damage, at this point he's down 9 workers. It's hard to find damage against the adepts that are well positioned. The wall off that is good this time. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Oh, Brabba. The kids like to call BabyMarine Brabba. He's not even gonna get it. Caramba. Madonna, as the Italians would say. This is hell. This right here is hell for the Terran. And sure, both players that lost their first game tonight eventually turned things around and won the best of 5, but this is really, really, really rough. Yeah, I don't know what BabyMarine was thinking there, guys. Sometimes you just, maybe you feel the pressure, you get a bit impatient, you're like, I'm down 0-1, I made Reaper Heli and I want to get damage. You try to go for a pylon, but I think we can all agree that that was absolutely not it. And I'm sure that BabyMarine is shaking his head after that one. I wouldn't say it's game over, but this is rough. It's honestly a decent investment on the side of the Terran, up to the point where if I play games like this as a Protoss, if I lose 3 workers against triple Reaper double heli, and I'm like, that's a fine start for me. I've got no issues with this start. Like, sure, I lost 3 workers, but I kill a couple of Hellions, I kill Reapers. I know I'm economically ahead. Losing 0 is mega. Fazman with the 2 years, thank you so much. And also to Dr. Jit saying last month I was Valentino Rossi. I don't know who I am this month. I've got nothing for 47. If you guys can name me one famous athlete that used to rock 47 in everything he did, I can tell you what you are, but I've got nothing. You know, anything up to 33, I feel like we should be able to come up with something, but I don't know anybody who's famous for wearing 47. But I hope you know that you're appreciated. Mindo is gonna follow this up with a double forge. I think we saw this a little bit last Monday as well. Mindo is not a big believer in taking a lot of gases early and going quick Colossus. Mindo loves heavy gateway spam with immortal support, which is unique because most of the time when people spam gateway units, they just spam gateway units. And then eventually they go Disruptors or DTs or Colossus, but Mindo goes pretty heavy gateway spam with some immortal backup. I am looking at the supply, mate, and I've said all along that obviously this start was very bad for BabyMarine. This is solid though, guys. Raven shows up, gets 4 workers. This is the stuff that you can work with. The game is indeed kind of doomed, but if Mindo stays on pure gateway immortal, and BabyMarine can take a good fight with 5, 6, 7 Widow Mines to get good connections, they blow up the Zealots, there is a chance. If you're working with gateway units, there always is a chance to mess up. Like if Mindo is sitting here with Colossus with range, couple Archons, and there's no Ghost, and we've got Storm as well, obviously it's Omega game over. Like that could never go wrong. But gateway units, it could technically still go wrong. I don't love moving out here though. Because Mindo is actually not that rich. Don't move out, Brabba. Yes, okay. Alright, that's a great scan. I love it. That's such a good scan. Because he sees no gas, he sees a lot of Zealots, and he's like, wait, you're 3 base? I'm going up to 3 bases. I don't need a ground move out here. This is excellent. Is Foden 47? I think you're right. I'm not a very big Phil Foden fan though. I'm not a hater either. It's just that, you know, he plays in City. Obviously, if you play for Man City, I may hope that you get a couple goals. Great sniper on the prison. I still have to see it. John Lynch, if you know football. I definitely know a little bit about American football, but I'm kind of a pleb. I don't know as much as I'd like to know. It's just because last year the times were kind of bad. We don't mind prop. I always love watching the NFL if I can. I often root for the Falcons until they are like 5 and 8, like they are every single freaking season. Whether it's 4 and 7, 5 and 8, 5 and 9, that's when my passion dies out a little bit. But I always follow the Falcons. Shama or Ankalaev, I think that Pereira is just going to win. I'll watch the UFC probably this weekend. Vicky, her Macabellum passion is going quite high. She said, if Lino is here and you guys are staying up for the UFC, does that mean that we can play the Macabellum tournament at 2 a.m.? And I was like, I don't know how to answer this, but I guess, yeah. I don't think BabyMarine quite has the numbers here, guys. That is so many freaking gateway units. And sure, there's a couple of winter mines. It's honestly not that bad, but we need to get out of here. Pick up and get out. Pick up and get the hell out. I mean, it's not good either. I said it's not that bad, but it's just overwhelming amounts of Protoss. And guys, this was 1-1. MindelVK is 20 seconds away from getting 2-2. And if this is how the fight looked with 1-1, I don't know. Want to imagine what's going to happen the moment he gets +2 attack. What BabyMarine need to do here, guys, is he needed to wait, not go with 4 or 5 mines, but get like 10 mines. Just get 10 mines and let him attack into you. If you have such a bad start, and he really had a mega bad start, you cannot just go for those move outs with a couple of Marines, a couple of Marauders, and 3 Widow Mines. You're gonna get swarmed. I know that Protoss is not known for their swarm, but like it's still 3 base as well. Such a shame, right? Like BabyMarine should not be attacking a 3 base Protoss. Let the 3 base Protoss attack into you. If they want to make a lot of Zealots and Stalkers, be my guest. BabyMarine is going to try to micro the Marines and Marauders all the way back into the natural. Force field goes down. It's hard to really find what you even want to pick up here. I think this game is indeed just doomed, like Sabat said many minutes ago. Mindel now has +2 attack, +2 armor. And things are looking good for Mindel. Stalkers, Zealots, Guardian Shields, and Immortals are pretty freaking amazing. Had to hop into the chat as a Falcons fan, been one my entire life. I hope that we can watch a game together one day, mate. That Mercedes-Benz Stadium looks so freaking sexy. When I was in Atlanta last year for DreamHack, I didn't quite... I wouldn't say that I had a view on the stadium, but there were parts of the hotel where I could literally see the stadium. Stadium looks so cool. I hope I can visit a game one day. Alright, we're gonna join game 3. I mean, the last time I was in Atlanta was literally for the Starcraft event, guys. I have to think. Who won Atlanta? Why don't I remember this? Serral won Dallas. It was Clem, right? Clem won Atlanta. Yeah, that was Clem's first big win. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was a special moment because Clem could finally lift that trophy in front of an amazing audience. We may joke about NA sometimes, but when it comes to the live audience for offline events, NA does it a whole lot better than Europe. That's just the way it is. Doesn't matter if we go to Canada or if we go to America. The North American crowds have historically been a lot better than the European crowds. And I don't want to talk smack on my German friends, but some of those Gamescons back in the day, or Hanover, ay caramba, that wasn't it. Ich liebe Deutschland, but that wasn't it. Yeah, Atlanta was great. It was great to see Clem win that trophy back then. Alright. It's a 2-0 lead for this man as we hop into round 3. Well, so far we didn't have a single 3-0 yet, but we did have 2 3-1s. How about one series that goes the distance? Friday night video gaming, 500 buckies on the line every single Friday. Let's hope we get to see a few more maps.
Round 3. Fight.
Bottom right side of Whispers of Gold. We are looking at the main base of our Russian Protoss, who was flying last Monday. Super impressive run. I hope that he's excited to sign up for the upcoming Monday Night Weekly as well. This is Storm Gaming's MindelVK. Top left side, we are looking at the main base of Streamer Zone's very own young Italian Terran player, the younger brother of a world champion of Starcraft 2. It's BabyMarine. Everything is best of 5, and the final best of 5 tonight is a Korean TVT. I would be lying if I tell you guys that I'm not at least 3% worried that one of my Koreans is asleep. And it might take a little while to get the series going, even though we're sort of close to the schedule that I told them. But you never know. When they agree to play at 5 AM, I just hope they actually show up. But I triple checked. I was like, you guys know the time. It's really bad for you. They said, yes, don't care. I want to play. Thank you, Roddy, for the invite. Now let's hope they're here. Because for me, it is important that the Starcraft action on the Friday night is live. There's a lot of Starcraft that gets covered in replays, or you guys can watch back at any given time. And obviously, all of that is fine. I just don't. I want that live aspect. I want that feeling that we could see one of the greatest games has ever been played. Will it happen? Probably not, but you never know. Because live Starcraft is different to me. It's more fun. So I want the games to be live, and that's why it is very bad for the Koreans. But if they agree, we'll make it happen. Absolutely. That first night when we left to the Hard Rock to go to the Westin, I told Clem he was going to win because he'd been watching and learning from my games, and what can I say, I was right. I think I also said something to Clem that week. I actually shared an Uber rid. Yeah, that was funny. This is a true story, guys. So, whenever you get invited as a caster for an ESL event, these days ESL takes really good care of you. And they will always make sure there is somebody with a sign at the airport that says like, hey, ESL, DreamHack, whatever, Starcraft caster. So Colaris and I arrived at the same time, and we find the guy with the sign. So we walk over, and they're like, oh, this is, yes. They see our name on the list, they check us off, and there is a shuttle van ready to ship us to the Westin, the hotel that we stayed at. But there were also a bunch of Counter-Strike players that were also in the van, and they all brought girlfriends. Obviously, the girlfriends are not on the list of the shuttle, like guests that they have to bring over, and there's only X amount of seats. And the moment that we walk to the shuttle, everybody just walks in. And I'm like, oh my god, do I really want to be that guy that is now going to have to make a scene and tell the Counter-Strike player to get out of the shuttle service from ESL? And then he and his girlfriend has to leave. And I was like, honestly, what they did is not right. They shouldn't do that, but I was like, I'm not in the mood. I traveled for 10 hours. I was like, James, whatever, let the CS nerds travel with their ladies. Even if that was not supposed to happen, we'll sort out our own way. So then we just decided to get our own Uber, which obviously then you have to pay for out of your own pocket, but I just didn't want to make a scene. But then Clem arrived, and Clem is like, hello guys, you going to the Westin? And I was like, yeah. So then we were actually in this the shuttle with Clem. And then we did talk a little bit about the event and expectations and, you know, the shape that everybody had coming into the event. And obviously I told Clem that I always hope that one of the BASILISK boys win. I was like, Clem, if it's not meant to be this time, let it be you, mate. It's time, kid. You're good enough. And that was obviously before he even won the Esports World Cup. And then he did. Why did only the CS players have girlfriends? I don't know. I mean, there's always some StarCraft players that also travel with girlfriends. But you're not supposed to do that. Because unless you say that in advance, like, hey, I'm traveling together. Like bringing a surprise guest into a shuttle service with limited amount of seats. In my eyes, that would be a no-go. Like, I would not do that. But yeah. Those guys didn't give a fuck. They're like, fuck these StarCraft bumps. I was like, alright, well, you have your shuttle, I get my own Uber. But then at least I got to spend some time with Colaris and Clem in a private Uber, and that was fun. Yeah. It's supposed to be a guy's trip? No, it doesn't have to be. Plenty of StarCraft 2, either players or commentators or other people sometimes bring their girlfriend. I've brought Vicky to a couple events. Vicky, she's not a StarCraft player, but she loves going to home story cups. She likes seeing everybody. She likes hanging out with the nerds. She also joined me to Bulgaria, because she is Bulgarian, so we combined the Stara Zagora tournament together with visiting her family. She doesn't have to go to every event, but traveling with me once in a while is fun. She also went to an IM Katowice. Now, Bonnie vs. Beyond is coming up next. That is the main event, the one with the biggest prize pool of the night. 6 minutes in, this time MindelVK has switched things up, and he has gone, guys, for a very quick RoboBait. This has been a very peaceful game, just a single Reaper, single Hellion going down. As BabyMarine is poking in the... Oh, he lost the medevac. Was it medevac? He lost the Banshee. Ay. He lost the Banshee in the main. Well, I took a little look at the natural. He lost... Oh my goodness. What a series. Retarget, please, maybe. Does not retarget. Mindel... Maybe it was the Stalker. Maybe it was on cooldown, but... Oh. Losing a Banshee, guys, normally is not that bad. Unless you're already behind. Unless you're already down a base. Then losing the BabyMarine. We do have a second Banshee, though. With cloak this time. This one is going to get some workers. What is very important for BabyMarine, guys, if we still want to turn this into a series, is that he reads the series correctly. That he reads his opponent correctly. Mindel is not the guy to go up to 90 workers, 5 bases. Like what Mindel is going to do is maybe similar to something that like Hydra likes to do as well. And that is just get some Colossus out, get some upgrades, get a big old army on 3 bases, wait for the Terran to make one of their trademark move outs, smash it, and then counter. So if BabyMarine can just have the right read and you don't make an all-out army move out, but it's just a little drop here, it's a little drop there, and you try to play 3 base against 3 base, it would be fine for the young Italian. I mean, he has time for that, but yeah, exactly. You get another eBay, you get an armory, and it's like Mindel. If we're playing 3 base against 3 base, that's fine, but I'm not attacking you. You have to attack me. Leaving a Banshee AFK in the center of the map does not help. We are making a move out though, and the Colossus count is too. And the Zealot count is almost non-existent. We have 4 Widomines in the mix, not great against Colossus, useful against the gateway units. If the tanks siege up, oh, we have 1 tank. I don't know, this is rough, man. This is another fight that I love for the Terran. Supplies do look better than it did in any other game, to be fair. I would say let's just go home. Let's go home. Let's establish... Is there an observer here? I don't know. Mindel... Oh, he blinks forward. Alright, little victory for BabyMarine. BabyMarine unburrowed all but one of the Widomines. And MindelVK blinked into it. I love the bunker. Bunker's super good against Colossus Gate. I love it. And now we just need to keep an eye on that economy on the other side of the map. I know I'm talking a little bit out of BabyMarine's point of view, but he's down 0-2. He's the younger player. He's obviously the younger brother of one of my best friends in gaming, so naturally I like to root for him a little bit, but especially because he's down 0-2. If MindelVK was down 0-2, I'd be talking more from his point of view. For you guys to get Omega Strike. Ronnie, you're so biased. I like close competitive Starcraft. I want everybody to have a good time. And I know that's not possible. It's video game. There is blood. There is violence. Sometimes people have a bad time. That's competition. I know. I love Breba and I want to see him at least get a map or 2 on the board. And I hope that he makes the correct choices. Because these guys, I know that these guys or these kids, they take it too hard. If they play a series that they were looking forward to and they did their homework and they got some prep going, and if you then get 3-0, that hurts. And that's obviously not what I want. And I know that's what competition is, guys. Sometimes competition is not rainbows and butterflies, and it's just pain. It's disappointment. I'm aware of it. As a man who has competed a lot and lost a crazy amount, I am so aware of it. I've traveled around the world as a young kid. I was so excited to see the Great Wall of China, but then I lost and I didn't want to go anywhere. And then I went to China again. I was like, this time I'll go sightseeing, and I lost again and I didn't want to go anywhere. Oh yeah. I know it can all hurt. Such a frustrating series for BabyMarine. I didn't even get to see the Terracotta army, guys. I went to Xi'an, not once but twice. The first time I didn't go because I was too disappointed I lost as a young kid in Warcraft 3. The second time, I'll be honest, I didn't go because I was way too hangover. I misbehaved, I drank, we made it a late night. And that tour left at 8 AM and I was like, I can't do this. I'm sure I'll go back to Xi'an again and I will see this stone Terracotta army one time, but I couldn't do it. I know they went, Allison. I was jealous. It's okay, I'll go one day. I love Xi'an, it's a cool city. And it will always be a very special city to me. Because that was my first ever international Warcraft 3 event. So I'll never forget. That is a lot of Protoss, guys, and that is 4 freaking Colossus, and it's a whole bunch of Archons too. BabyMarine is gonna kite all the way back to a bunker. I do like the way that BabyMarine has handled this so far, but we need to start melting these Colossus. Okay, getting the Prism is something. Getting the Prism is something. MindelVK sitting on 2100 minerals, 900 gas. But he says, Protoss, low alligator, I'm still gonna try to end this game. Well, that is one way to potentially lose the game. BabyMarine with really good army positioning has gotten 1 Colossus so far, got most of the Archons. Breba needs to repair this orbital. I think he will. Obviously, Mindo just warped in everything at home. It's not going to show with 10 more Zealots. If BabyMarine can get the Colossus, he absolutely has a shot. 1 EMP in the middle of this Protoss army. You get the Colossus. Oh, the problem is the Vikings have already done all their shots before the EMP even lands. BabyMarine still microing though. The final few Marauders. Is it good enough for the young, tiny Italian stallion, the Italian pony as they call him? Lost 12 SUVs. Is down 34 workers. It is a hold. But you guys know what's coming. We have to ask ourselves the caster question, at what cost? And the cost is that we are now down a silly amount of workers. We are down a base. We're gonna have to worry about more Archons, more Colossus. Honestly, this is a series that I'd like to do again. And I know recently there was a bit of a silly Reddit thread where it was like, hey, why doesn't Reynor help his younger brother? I'm sure that Reynor does help his younger brother. But obviously there is a sense of pride running through the Italians. And BabyMarine is a smart kid. And yeah, he will ask his brother if he feels like it's the right thing to do. But he wants to do things on his own strength. And he wants to just get better by himself. And I think with a few little fixes, a couple of tweaks here and there, I think BabyMarine can do so much better against MindelVK. And he still has a little shot here, don't get me wrong. I don't want to say this is 100% game over, GG, BabyMarine is dead. But he needs to take a God tier fight. He needs to take a God tier fight. It's possible. He's got +2 attack, +2 armor. And we're going to drop. I mean, if we don't get Scout... Oh, okay, well, that's a dead War Prism if I've ever seen one. For potentially the final moments of this series, and I hope it's not. I'm going to take a little look at MindelVK's camera. I am just following Mindel's vision right now. Mindel was very upset at that probe. He needed a prism. We've got a Zealot run by. BabyMarine throws down a scan. Mindel is a little bit out of position, guys. If BabyMarine shows up with a triple drop, and he does, recall is able. Yeah, okay, we're gonna recall. BabyMarine clicks on the Nexus. Oh, that's late, that's late. He kind of wanted to commit, and he didn't commit. Got 9 workers, though. And now the Zealot run by shouldn't be that terrifying. Hey, this is not bad, right? You read that? It was a thread a couple days ago, mate. It was big. A lot of people participating in the chat. I didn't really read all of it because I think it's rather silly when people casually involve themselves in family matters. You're like, hey, why doesn't Reynor help his younger brother? I was like, what makes you? Oh no, that Nova. What makes you think he doesn't? Like, who are you to just casually hop in there and be like, so? I had a couple cameras planted in the Romiti household. And it turns out Reynor doesn't help his younger brother. Like, I don't think that happened, you know. So I didn't really read the comments because I thought it was silly. But quite a few people were discussing it. And how many? Well, I guess there's a couple new ones every day. Some of them pop off, some of them don't. Some of them have very intense debates. Some of them have 7 upvotes and 0 comments, you know. But there are Reddit threads every day. If the Nexus is dead and the recall hasn't gone through, the recall just gets cancelled. And it's actually on cooldown as well. I feel like we've tried this before. I guess earlier we tried here. Now we're trying here. And he's actually getting through. If you don't succeed at first, you just go again. A couple of Zealots get warped into the main base. That is an orbital over here, though. That means we went quad orbital. Nova connects as well. BabyMarine has an answer for the Zealots, but he also needs to deal with the Prism. Such a big Protoss army. So Wings of Liberty army with then a couple of Disruptors added to the mix as well. We're gonna fire a Nova. BabyMarine tiny bit indecisive. Does he want to split? Does he want to gun it down? He is counting down the seconds though until he's got 3-3. Maybe with 3-3. 4 ghosts. Also, he still has a shot. It's not that Mindo is so rich that he can never lose this game. But BabyMarine just needs to get a little bit closer to becoming a maxed out Terran. Get +2 air weapons, get +3 attack, +3 armor, and he absolutely land some EMPs. EMPs on the Archons would be big here. I believe we landed 1 or 2. Vikings got a couple hits off as well. Nova does connect in a pretty decent way. The army is obviously quite an overstim. It's very, very, very difficult for a BabyMarine, especially after losing the orbital. But there is a world where he takes a god tier fight, not with a massively overstimmed army. He's gonna get the medevac upgrade. The DTs, I do kind of feel like, are the icing on the cake. That's a very solid way for Mindel to close it out, especially after gunning down one of the orbitals earlier. If the medevacs had energy and this entire Terran army was full HP and we have 5 goals, I really do believe that BabyMarine has the skills to take an amazing fight against this Protoss army. We have to worry about a whole bunch of DTs as well, slicing up more SCVs, forcing out additional stims, and then the army just can't heal up. It seems impossible. It seems like an unfair fight. But BabyMarine is a warrior, just like his older brother. He will not go down without a fight. Kills most of the Colossus, to be fair. Got 33 Marauders left. The spirit of Max one time. 33 Marauders. If Max can win a well-deserved World Championship, rocking number 33, why can't BabyMarine split like Maru in his prime and get the job done with 33 Marauders? Because he's got no HP. The answer to that question is because he simply has no HP. The U into the GG, well played. A 3-0 win for the Russian Protoss player MindelVK. Was amazing last Monday and backs it up with a really stunning, impressive series. I know that some of you guys might say this wasn't even close. And looking at how these games played out, you could apply that to this series. But honestly, and I'm going to do it. Not something I normally do. But this is a series I want to see again. I want to see it again in 2 or 3 weeks from now. We'll give BabyMarine some food for thought. We'll give him a couple of things to work on. Maybe Reynor can even take a look at the games and give him a couple pointers. Because I believe it can be a whole lot closer between these two than it was tonight. But kudos to Mindel. I think he played awesome. He made all the correct decisions. Excellent game sense. Great killer instinct. Well-deserved victory. So Mindel walks away with 100 buckies. BabyMarine will get 25. I honestly feel like this is one that we need to do a rematch of. A little bit of the Reynor coaching, and I think we can run it back. Why not? But tonight, it was Mindel's night. Well deserved. 100 buckies go to MindelVK. You guys actually slightly favored BabyMarine. I can't even blame you guys for that. And I believe it was more, right? Before we took the 1-0 lead. Yeah. Mindel's looking good. Shameless looking great. Art looking great. And now Mindel looking great as well. Maybe we should just get an all-Russian PvP night. We just find like 8 Russian Protosses and we do 4 back-to-back PvPs. I do get along well with the Russian players. Well, all of them. That's outside of one, but... Next up, guys, our main event. It is Bunny from Falcons versus Beyond from the Shopify Rebellion. A best of 5 TVT main event. Basilisk. Well, that's too long. BBB number 88. Falcons. We'll add the teams as well. Falcons. Nope. Bunny. Stuff, apparently. And we'll go with Shopify Rep. Beyond. Okay, RT. I'll give you guys 15 minutes because I don't know if they're ready. I hope they're ready. This is where I get a tiny bit nervous. The Koreans that ask me. Well, actually, I reached out to Bunny. I'm the one who set up the TVT, by the way. I know you guys were surprised, but like, what the hell, TVT? It's like, lately, I don't get to cast any TVT. I'm not saying that TVT is my favorite matchup, guys. It's really not. It will never be. It has never been. But I've seen so little TVT that I want to see some TVT. That's just how it works, you know? It's like, if I cast nothing but freaking PVTs all day, every day, or PvP, I want to see some TVT again. So... I thought Beyond against Bonnie. Bonnie has been playing a lot in the European events that go to 4 or 5 a.m. for him. I was like, alright, if Bonnie is down to do that in weekly cups, where there's no guaranteed prize money, maybe he's down to play in the Big Brain Bouts as well. Beyond TVT is indeed very fun, and Bonnie has historically been a very aggressive Terran as well. That's very fun. Hello, Lino. You want delivery? I'm okay with everything, mate. I'm not mega hungry, but anything that works for you guys works for me. I'm very chill. I've got an entire best of 5 to go, but no panic, no rush. Hope you guys have a good night. Who has the better toss out of them? I don't think we'll get any Protoss, mate. We should get TVT. If it's not TVT, I'll be very sad. Oh my god, my game is. Beyond is here. Is Bunny here? Oh my god, gamers. Good luck, Vito. Already in 2 minutes. This career is so professional. Nothing to worry about. 5 a.m. local time in Seoul. No biggie to Beyond and Bunny. Legends. I'll take a tiny break, guys, and then we'll hop into the best of 5 TVT. Winner gets $150, loser gets 50. It is brought to you guys by Basilisk. If you guys have any questions about the BBB, exclamation mark Basilisk could help. Exclamation mark BBB could help. There are Discords, my Discord, Basilisk Discord. It doesn't matter. You guys can always reach out. I'll take a tiny break and I'll see you guys soon. It's a main event TVT coming up.